Hi, this is Spencer, and you're listening to The Other Show.
So we may never actually find out like who's involved here, how deep this goes, if the feds will even release the tapes, because they are grisly and they will put a lot of people in power in jail or canceled or whatever. So in short, just, extending from Toos, Spencer, thank you very much for ending my story there. I just want to catch you up on the latest conspiracy theories. They're gross.
That was some major news. Like, that is probably going to be bigger than Me Too.
Oh, wait. So if you actually want to get into it, before we do, Joel, I don't know if you knew this. He was, this is Diddy, was found with they seized his place. They found amongst other weird stuff, but 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Okay. And
like the baby magic baby oil, or
yeah.
Oh, I can never wear that again.
But
it's not the oil from freshly squeezed babies. That's much harder to get by. You can only find that in like Italian markets or Greece.
I'll be honest, maybe it was, but 1,000 bottles. And then his lawyer was like, oh, it's fine. We shop at Costco. He got it from Costco. He buys everything in bulk. And then Costco responded,
this is my favorite. We
don't actually sell baby oil. Like, what are you talking about? Don't incriminate us in this weird freaking case.
It was Sam's Club.
Yeah, you should have said Sam's Club. Sam's Club's like,
bad when
we
Costco
got all the baby oil we
involved.
want.
Yeah.
Sam's Club's like,
we got it all.
Costco doesn't, but we do.
Yeah.
That weird dude that inserts himself into every conversation. Like,
right. Exactly. And I don't want to get into the details, Josh. I can talk about it after because it's just such a freaking downer. It's like the worst crimes you could possibly imagine. But Spencer, I'm going to guess you're of the opinion that no one else is going down for this, that it's kind of just going to be a non-issue.
No.
Diddy will just kind of disappear.
No, I don't think that's the case at all. Okay. I think the music industry has a lot tighter grip on the entertainment industry as a whole than the movies did. Like the Me Too movement, you saw it happen swift, you saw it happen fast, and some big names fell, right?
Yeah, it was like Harvey Weinstein was kind of like the scapegoat for that whole thing because he's a real horrible guy.
They had their scapegoats, but here's the thing. Everyone was connected to Diddy.
Yeah.
Not just in music. You have Ashton Kutcher that's heavily connected to Diddy. And that's going to tie into actors and actresses. You're going to see a ton of names come up and go down. This is like the Jeffrey Epstein of music and entertainment.
Okay, but
what about Beyonce?
Oh, listen, it's all rumors at this point, but Jay-Z was pretty close with Diddy. And
Beyonce, Jay-Z, Suge Knight, the Osmonds,
Jennifer Lopez. The
Jennifer Lopez.
Wait,
Osmonds?
That came out of nowhere and I let it slide for a minute. Meryl, right? Meryl and Wayne.
It was Meryl.
I could totally see
did
that.
His parties, his freak offs.
Oh,
ew.
Meryl
comes in. Did someone say baby oil?
But yeah, Josh, truly, if this got out, which I don't think it will, I think if there are tapes and they're being used for blackmail, I think the feds will keep them for the blackmail purposes. And I think much like, I think the public is just so disillusioned and distrustful of the feds and the government that we're like, we'll never find out about the Epstein list, right? We'll never find out about who is really doing horrible things in the music industry at this point.
We know who's on the Epstein list. The public just doesn't care.
Do we actually know?
Unfortunately. Yeah, we know. We know who's on the Epstein list.
Do we know?
His black book has been public record, freedom of information for years now.
Well, are you sure? Because I've seen a list and I didn't give it much validity.
Positive.
And there's so many big names on there. I think people don't believe it, nor do I.
Well, here's the thing with it is there's so many big names and a lot of them had legitimate reasons to be there and a lot of them didn't. So it's just separating which ones were legit and which ones weren't.
So do you feel like even if
it's kind of like P. Diddy, and this is where it's going to get murky. He had a lot of industry connections and a lot of them were work acquaintances.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word. So it's going to be sorting through who visited his house and who was there as a work acquaintance and who was...
And if they have any DNA on baby oil.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's what the baby oil is for, to dilute the DNA. Yeah. That and slip and
There would be this amazing moment, and I'm not sure this would ever happen, or maybe there's fear of something, but if Justin Bieber came out and said, you know what, I was involved because things happened to me at a very young age, and it's finally time to speak up. I think you would be the biggest hero in possibly the history of the music industry.
The biggest image flip and public perception flip.
Well, and I do think people like him now because he just so retreated from stardom. You know, he's just trying to be a dad now. He's just trying to live his life. I think he's even becoming a Christian singer. You know, and
what?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Oh man, sign me up.
Do you like Christian music?
Oh, dude, I love Christian music.
Really?
Oh man, yeah. KLOVE, 24/7.
Wait, KLOVE is a Christian band?
No, it's
a station.
the radio station.
Oh. See,
Yeah.
these are things I don't know, obviously.
No, in fact, I want to pitch a Christian music station for Salt Lake. Like, it's time. I'm not talking about, soft sounds of the Sabbath on FM 100. We need a Christian rock station here in Salt Lake.
Would you DJ?
Oh, absolutely, I would.
Oh, he'd do it for pennies on the dollar.
I
It's
would.
a standard DJ contract.
Yeah.
Well played.
I mean, just 10%. That's all I ask.
That's all the Lord's asked too. Actually,
DJ tithing.
Josh, 9% because I'm not better than the Lord. Are you?
No.
Oh, wow. Where is this going? Yeah, that was a tangent. Anyways,
Okay, so speaking of tangents,
yes.
and to get us off this icky,
Yeah, it's super icky.
subject,
Yeah.
Diddy and his Diddy Kong racing. Josh, you posted a question to Facebook this week.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Do you recall?
Yes. Well, actually, and it's still actually getting quite a few responses.
Okay.
So I think we talked about this last week or the week before. I can't remember. It all just kind of merges together.
Sure.
But we have a trunk or treat at the end of the month for our local congregation for our ward. And I got the decorations.
You did.
And
I love them. I mean, Dave Grohl now is kind of weird, but fine.
You're the third person who has made that same comment. And I can't disagree because it looks very much like Dave Grohl. But hey, it's a kind of a cartoon version of Jesus.
Yeah.
How's that song go? Dave Grohl is a friend of mine. Dave Grohl is a friend of mine.
Anyway, so, for the back of the car, right? Like to decorate the back of the trunk,
Well, Josh, you weren't talking about the decorations. You were asking specifically about what to give out, right?
Yes, I wanted to know what I should be giving out.
Yeah.
And so I posed the question, and I had a few options for people to vote on, but then I had a few other people who suggested a few things. But let me just read this list really quick here.
Okay.
So we could pass out Milky Ways. Jesus is the way, candy bars.
Jesus is the Milky Way.
Almond Joy to the World candy bars.
Wow. Okay. Too Christmassy.
But I love that in theory.
I love it. Especially if you play like Joy to the World in the background.
Right. But I also love it in theory because kids really don't love coconut anything, right? So,
Nor do I.
Right.
It's more a gift to the parents.
True. Or we could pass out 30 pieces of silver chocolate coins.
Oh my gosh.
We could also do any king size candy bar because, we want to be the cool primary teachers who pass out giant candy bars.
No,
that's
you
a
just
status.
give those to your primary kids and give their brothers and sisters fun size.
Yeah, king size is fun size, but let's be honest there.
Yeah.
Also, Easter candy. We could pass out Easter candy because let's be honest, it's the best candy of all holiday seasons, and it celebrates Jesus. We could either do candy corner Whoppers because kids need to learn how much Jesus loves everyone, despite how horrible they might be.
Whoa, I love Whoppers.
Whoppers are horrible.
I know they're the best.
Mini toothbrushes because kids better get used to dealing with unenthusiastic disappointment now rather than later in life. That's important. Also, I put the option of hot dogs because Spencer might be onto something there.
No, I'm serious. It's a great idea.
Also,
for the parents.
There was the option of maybe Great Harvest bread samples. That speaks kind of for itself.
Actually, it's pretty good, yeah.
And
with some sardines.
Right. And it's a much better option than, bottles of water. So also manna, just pure unadulterated manna.
Uh-huh.
Or there's the option of whatever's the cheapest bag of candy on sale at Walmart, which is
just that one. Okay.
Marianne's probably number one option.
So because I've been on a Halloween creative kick, see the Bastion costume from the other show, for example. I have a few ideas for you as well. One, you can get like the Catholic wafers for super cheap on Amazon.
Ooh, I do like this option.
So just have the kids line up and place it. There you go.
Feed it to them,
and then have little grape juice shots on the side.
In fact, I'm gonna follow that up, Josh. This is maybe the easiest thing to give out: Kool-Aid packets. One Kool-Aid packet. Turn that water into grape juice.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. But I almost went to that whole cult.
Waco.
Oh
no, not Waco. The Jonesboro or whatever.
Yeah, Jonestown.
Heaven's
Jonestown,
Gator.
Yeah, all of them.
The other option, and this is one that's been plinking in my mind. I might do it here.
Okay.
Is let the kids choose trick or treat. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So treat obviously would be like some fun size candies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like one small fun size Milky Way or Snickers, whatever. The trick would be brown baggies, and in some of the brown baggies you put a handful of treats,
and
in others you put carrots, and they don't know what they get.
Okay, let's keep thinking.
Potential, yeah. Any other ideas?
Yeah,
raisins,
goldfish.
Oh,
feed the 5,000.
Yes. And they come in the mini bags too.
Goldfish for the kids. Great Harvest bread for the adults.
There you go. The loaves and the fishies.
I love it.
Right?
Yeah, Marianne, I won't lie, and I don't want to throw her under the bus here or the car, but she wasn't so pleased with the decor choice that I made.
Back it up. You didn't run this past her beforehand.
I kind of did, and she wasn't as enthusiastic as I thought she was going to be, because she's like, we need something Halloweenish. And I'm like, well, Jesus doesn't celebrate Halloween. No, and she's like, well, no, we're going to put we're going to get him a hat, like a witch hat. I'm like, nope, no witches. Like, if there's one rule I have about Halloween, it's no witches.
Why not? What do you have against witches?
Witchcraft. I'm not.
Come on.
Hey, I listened to KLOVE. I listened to KLOVE.
Listen,
all right?
witches had a hard enough time in Salem.
Everybody has their line. Yeah. Everybody has their line. Don't make Josh cross it.
We're reading Harry Potter together. It's going to be fine.
I don't do Harry Potter. I've seen all of the Harry Potter movies except for the last one, and I won't watch the last one.
Harry Potter's not witchcraft. It's sorcery.
Wait, it's still witchcraft.
It's literally witchcraft. Wait, what's your line at the last Harry Potter movie? You're just like, now I can say I've never finished the Harry Potter series.
No, just because I never got around to the last one, and then...
It's not super great, but still.
When I had my opinion and my eyes open to witchcraft and to the occult, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I do like this aspect of Halloween, but I don't like witches. I don't like the occult. I don't like that aspect, because that's honestly, to me, that's
Harry
very
Potter, though.
I know, but it's very real, that aspect of it. That
when you say the occult, then what do you mean? Do you mean like dark energy? Do you mean like things that weigh people down?
Double, toil and trouble.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
You don't mean like witches or like Wiccans. You mean like a literally a dark spirit attaching itself to somebody.
Yeah, and that's why I've taken a couple steps back, even with the ghost hunting. I don't mind the ghost hunting because I feel like I know where that line is when I do go into those situations. And I'm still interested by it from a scientific point of view.
We got to follow this road, and we'll get back to the Jesus candy real quick.
No, I don't think we will get back on the path.
Yeah, maybe not.
We let go of that iron rod.
So,
Chico sticks.
But what do you mean Chico sticks? Come on.
It's iron rod.
Oh my gosh. No, that would be pixie sticks, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Cowtails.
No. Cowtails in the mire. Anyways, Josh, I know that you used to kind of incite things at ghost hunts back in the day. Like, when did you learn, how did you learn, and who taught you that this stuff was not okay?
It was probably when I lost you at a ghost hunt on October 12th, 2019.
Sure, that was it. There was a dark spirit involved for sure.
That was it.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
In a couple of weeks.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I think a lot of it was, especially with the ghost hunts. I'm sorry, but I'm a skeptic when it comes to people saying, okay, well, this person here, X, Y, and Z, right? They were born in the 1800s. This person, had this happen to them, whatever. I don't believe that.
Okay.
My thing is when you go to a ghost hunt, especially in some of the more popular areas here in Utah, whether it's Benson Grist Mill, whether it's Saltaire, Fort Douglas, wherever, we're there for entertainment. You can't tell me that the ones on the other side aren't there for entertainment as well, right? They could tell you whatever they want to tell you or communicate to you or whatever, right? I'm not saying that communication doesn't happen, but who's to tell you that that's right? I'm just saying
there's generations of Hansons on the other side, and we know how Josh is. I can't imagine his ancestors are any more well-behaved.
So you're saying we go and we have our, our stick and we're poking the dog a little bit because oftentimes we go to these investigations and nothing happens.
No.
Right? We're just like, oh, that was kind of a chill night, but sometimes things happen. So you're saying that sometimes we may get to a point and it may just be happenstance or, but that when something happens, we are then providing the show for whatever may be there. And you think that's a bad thing?
I think it's an indifferent thing, but at the same time, like there are dark spirits. There are things that you don't want to mess with either, right? Because I think more often than not, most of everything that's there is just there, right? They're doing the same thing that we're doing. Like, oh, look, we made a connection, whatever. And that's, sure, that's great. That's fun. But at the same time, you are really tempting fate in a lot of these instances that you just have to be very careful, right?
Playing with fire.
And that's why I think, especially in my younger years when I was doing this, I didn't fully understand that. And like you said, I would kind of provoke, I would poke and everything and take more things at face value of what was communicated or whatever.
Do you think there was a negative impact on you at that point when you were kind of messing around? Like, I can speak for myself and say yes.
Yeah.
But do you feel like, you kind of maybe were feeling a little bit more down or something, or like you kind of lower energy at that time?
I've had to be guarded. I've learned to be guarded, especially over the past 5 years.
Okay.
You don't have to be on a ghost hunt to be around people or individuals that are going to cause you harm or bring dark spirits into your life, right?
Yeah.
Read into that however you want to read into that, right? But
you know what's so funny? Sorry, go ahead.
No. You go. Yeah, you go ahead.
So this is kind of going back, and like I still am a big fan of these ghost investigations. Like I love them because it's like going to an abandoned building in the middle of the night. I think that's the coolest freaking thing ever. Even if nothing happens, I find it so fun. But in 2016, we were doing a whole bunch of ghost hunts. Josh, you were quite involved at this time. And we all decided to stop because, there was Brendan back in the day. And his life was just falling apart, due in large part to his own choices. But things were going poorly and everyone's lives they were bad, mine included. And so we decided to stop ghost hunting. And then we didn't get back into it till the end of 2018. And we all kind of made the decision, hey, are we ready for things to go poorly again? Life's been okay. And we're like, oh, it will be fine. And within, honestly, a year, things blew up. Which honestly turned out for the better. But at the same time, we kind of knew, and me personally, I knew like, oh, I'm kind of asking the universe to, like, I'm poking a dog with a stick and it may bite back. Yeah. But, and I do find it fun still. Like, I'm still totally on board for all that kind of stuff. But it does invite certain things.
There's a reason that's not tied into our patron perks.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
And that's, I made the conscious decision to not get involved in that in any.
And so let me ask you this, Spencer.
Large capacity.
We're just talking about spiritual stuff now. Spencer, with 2 young kids, does it give you apprehension? Other than the fact that you may not like it very much, or do the kids give you apprehension to go on one of these?
Oh, yeah, okay. Absolutely. Maybe for this episode will drop on October 2nd.
Perfect.
So enjoy some October content. I'm sure there'll be a lot more, but maybe a bonus episode, a mini bonus episodes, we can talk more in depth about some of the reasons or stories in specific why I specifically won't. And everybody's heard my first story about Hobbs Hollow and why I don't want that in my life. But there's also, I served my LDS mission in Argentina, right?
Right.
And I had a couple experiences down there where, I didn't want that in my life. I still refuse to watch any movies that involve possession.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Josh spoke about, having that line of things you don't want to invite in your house. It got to a point where, like, I had some roommates, I was back in 2016, that loved scary movies. Like you can.
All about
loved them. I could be in the other side of the house and I could tell when they turned on a movie, and I could tell if it was something that involved. I was like, I'd text him like, "Hey Dave, yeah, you popping a movie about possession?" And he's like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" Or like, "Hey, you guys watched a movie about a haunted house?" Like, I could tell kind of the subject matter by just the feeling and the impression that came in the house when they turned on that movie.
But do you feel like
I'm kind of picky
as soon
about
as that movie was off, do you feel like those dark vibes they were gone?
No, they linger.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because for me,
it lingers
like
for a while.
Because here's the thing. I mean, this maybe is more a scary movie conversation because I get scared of other stuff. But I watch a scary movie, and for me, it's a roller coaster. For me, it's like I'm going to go on this fun thrill ride. Granted, it's probably predictable or not very good, but I want to be scared. I want to just feel the safety and scariness. And then when the movie's done, when the roller coaster's done, I'm good. Right. But also I'm quite desensitized that way. Or maybe I've never been a big observer in my surroundings. Right. And so maybe I just can't sense that.
You have to remember, Ken, I wasn't watching the movie with them.
Yeah.
I'm in another part of the house. Like, and I'd hear them go to bed and I could still feel it in the house.
It's funny that you say that though too, because I remember when I was living with my parents, I was sharing a basement wall with my brother and sister-in-law. Yes, as awkward as that sounds, it was.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
And the thing is they would watch scary movies all the time. And I could always tell when they were. Like, I could feel that energy and feel that shift, right? When they were watching something that was, didn't vibe with my peaceful, serene,
sure,
vibe, whatever you want to call it. But if you think that there's a ghost or something that's groaning in the back, I think that's
Spencer's dog.
Spencer's dog. Yeah.
That is Juno.
I love it. It is. We have little EVPs going on right now, and she's just chilling there. Josh, that's my tummy. What are you talking about?
Right.
No. She begged to get in the room with me, and then the minute she came in the room, she begged to get out. It's because she hates closed doors.
Oh, okay.
But see, this is also, that vibe, that energy vibe as well.
Yeah.
I think that's why I still do like to go ghost hunting in certain ways and being more conscious about where I'm going, because I love that feeling of feeling different energies. I love the feeling of walking into a room and knowing something's there. And I do like kind of that suspenseful feeling that you were talking about.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just, there's just too much out there sometimes. If it goes unchecked, that can be too much, too dark for me.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I get it. I mean, I try to avoid it a ton, especially after everything I've been through. And there's still it, especially once the leaves start to turn, the Halloween vibe is in the air. Like, there's a draw, and I've started like haunting on the haunted house haunting at Hill House or whatever that TV show is, like 8 different times, because I'm like, oh, I've got to watch this. It sounds so cool. Like, I want to, and I can never get through it.
Really? And
it took me forever to do Stranger Things because I didn't quite understand the context of the story. I'm like, I just don't want to watch a scary movie until like I finally realized, oh, this is just Goonies.
Yeah, it's Goonies.
This is great.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that really changed for me because Stranger Things was what connected Marianne and I, right? The first time I came over to the house was to come and watch Stranger Things because I hadn't gotten through, like, I think the first episode.
Okay.
So we binge watched the whole thing when we were dating.
Hold on.
Everything.
Well, you actually watched, or you watched Netflix?
Stranger Things.
No, I know. But
like,
you
no, we totally did, because at least until the 4th date.
Okay. I was gonna say, because sometimes if it's too scary, that's all right. You're watching with a significant other.
No.
Perfect.
Marianne's trying to put the moves on Josh. Is like, no.
Yeah, the Demogorgon's here.
It was the fourth date.
What about Bob? What
I
about
knew
Bob?
it was the fourth date because she constantly reminds me that it wasn't the third date because she's not my shapoopy. So,
Shapoopy.
constantly reminds me of that.
So, and it sounds like both of your wives are more than happy that you guys are not indulgers in scary stuff beyond a point.
Yes and no. I mean, like Marianne loves Halloween. I try to stay away from most of it.
Sure.
I don't mind whatever she wants to do with it. I just don't like the witches. I don't want witch stuff in the house if we can avoid it.
Yeah.
But other than that, like that's kind of that relationship line that we've had to kind of find over the past couple of years.
And here's the thing is I don't mind, like, to me, Harry Potter and like witches during Halloween. That's fantasy. Sure. And I put that in the fantasy box and the Tolkien box and things like that. And then there's witchcraft, which to me is like the real world application or a legitimate belief system in these different things. And that's a different box for me.
Okay.
All of this to say, come on, Josh. You got to watch Harry Potter.
No, I won't.
You would be all over the butterbeer.
No, I've watched all of them except for the last movie.
Here's the thing. You don't need to finish. The last movie's not very good.
Harry Potter dies. I know that. You know.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. But only after he rides down the water slide with baby oil from the North Tower.
Too soon.
Oh. And you know that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll just leave it there. It's totally fine. Okay, well, listen, I'm going to probably bring this up again in some way because, I indulge in this season and sometimes a little too much, right? I'm quite desensitized against certain movies or, trying to, I'm an open-minded skeptic. I would be excited if I saw more things on a ghost hunt. Scared, but excited. What just happened? Spencer, what did I say?
You said nothing. Okay, so you guys note the lack of Juno whining, right?
Okay.
To the audience. I stood up and let her out while you guys were talking, and I immediately get this text from Stephanie. Juno ran downstairs, let out the rankest toot, then ran back up, leaving me with the horrid lingering smell.
Yeah, see, that's the real haunts.
Yeah.
Those are the real spirits.
That's funny.
It's like you did it on purpose.
I almost, because she could have done it the whole time here. Like she could have, she was in the room. She has a bed in here, and she's begging to get let out.
I mean, I kind of wish she did it when you were in the room, but still, even better.
Have I ever told you about the time that it was during COVID? No, I didn't tell you because for some reason we weren't talking during COVID. Despite my pleas for help, I was on a video call with the whole company when Juno walks behind me just in frame, throws up, and then walks out of frame.
Freaking dogs.
I mean, this is Great Dane size throw up too, so it's like
you could hear that
vast.
You could hear that from like a mile away too, I'm sure.
All right, we have a few other stuff, but I think we need to get to a phone call real quick. Before we do, yes. Josh, don't we have a sale going on right now?
Yeah, actually we do. Just to prove my point that I'm not a total Halloween prude, we do have a sale in the other store. We have all of our Halloween stuff and our Christmas stuff up. I might add a few more things here and there, but
I think you need to add one that says Hallow Prude.
We can do better than that.
Halloween Prude? Prude-ween?
No.
Baby oil!
Nobody's going to buy anything now. But anyway, so all you have to do is just go to our online store, the other store. You can get there either by clicking on the link in the show notes or the other .show and click on the store link there. Okay. But yeah, we have Halloween stuff. We have Christmas stuff. I think we have some Hanukkah stuff as well for you, Kenny.
Nice, I mean, thank you.
Me as well,
it's an us thing. Come on.
It is an us thing.
Yeah.
And
what about Kwanzaa for me?
We're going to leave that one just right there.
Anyway, the sale is 20% off everything in the store. That lasts to Sunday night. So I think that ends about midnight or so or 10 p.m. Mountain time.
So they have 4 days altogether. Yep. 5 days.
Yeah, do the math, whatever. But just go buy it now so that you can get your stuff ready for Halloween and Christmas and Thanksgiving and Hanukkah.
Lovely.
What about a Mrs. Kravitz jack-o'-lantern shirt.
Is that Lenny Kravitz's wife? What?
No, from Bewitched.
Oh, I don't watch that.
You have no culture. It's the nose twitching.
Yeah, I'm always jealous I can't twitch my nose like that. But anyway, let's go to our phone call.
Hey, this is KP. And Spencer, I just wanted to say, while it is awesome that your daughter loves Halloween, what I like is that even though it's not your thing, you guys are supporting her in what she likes and not kind of crushing what she loves. I love that. It's great parenting, man. Also, Kent, I love seeing the updates you have with you and your daughters. Having a couple of theater brat kids. I love, seeing when your daughter's in shows and you supporting her. Great dad, man. And Josh, it's awesome that Walt and Roy have not ended up on KSL. So great job. All three of you are doing great jobs as dads. Keep it up.
And delete KSL post. Yes.
Yeah. Listen, the positivity out of nowhere. This show's been kind of like a little bit darker, KP, we need you to bring our spirits up a little more often. I love that.
Did you guys just catch Juno busting in the door and then walking out, like open it up? Told you.
Did she leave you a little gift?
Doors.
Listen, you're a great dog dad. KP would be very happy with you right now.
Yeah. No, we are just trying to support Hazel.
Hey, KP.
She's got all the ghost stuff.
You're doing pretty good to yourself.
Like not ghost hunting,
So you know.
but like ghost themed things.
Like what kind of ghosts?
Like bedsheet ghosts.
Okay.
Not bed ghosts.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Josh. But like bedsheet ghosts. And we now, because she has to do a nebulizer every night, we now watch one episode of A Pup Named Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
What about
Cute.
Casper?
And
do you have her on Casper yet?
We've done the cartoon show, but I'm trying to support my daughter, like KP said, but I enjoy Scooby-Doo more than I do Casper.
Casper is one of those shows that just teaches you about bullying more than anything. Because basically Casper is just bullied every single episode for being a ghost.
Well, so here's the thing I like about the Scooby-Doo. Okay. One Pup Named Scooby-Doo is more kid-centric. Sure. Well, Scooby-Doo, there's a ghost in every episode, but the ghost always gets unmasked at the end. So I like the idea, and maybe it's just me justifying why I'm forcing my daughter to watch old shows with Casey Kasem. I like that it shows her that the ghosts are just pretend.
Yeah, good call.
They're not real.
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't need to be scared because it's always somebody in a mask underneath. And then when she gets comfortable with that fact, I'll show her Zombie Island. It'll be mind-blowing.
Of course it would.
Do you have movies for us?
I do. Okay, let's talk about... We missed the September movies altogether, but that's fine, because here we are.
Was there anything in September?
There were no movies.
I just saw Wild Robot, and that was pretty great. But...
does that count September?
Yeah, it still counts. So, but let's move into October. And the first movie, really, I wouldn't mention it except for I want to mention it because Josh is here with us right now.
Cocaine Bear 2?
It's a straight to Redbox movie, meaning probably Tubi, let's be honest. But it comes out on the 1st, so, already in the past. But it's called Crackoon.
What?
Crackoon.
What?
Was that a... Crackoon? Crack eating raccoons?
Crackoon.
I need to watch this now.
But don't worry, it's not a high profile movie like Cocaine Bear.
Can we fast forward to October 1st already?
Listen.
You want to watch it with me? Do you want to come over?
Yes, but do you know what you really need to watch is Slaughterhouse.
What?
Slaughterhouse is on Hulu. I already saw it and I hated it, but I hated it in a fun way.
In a Hundreds of Beavers kind of way.
Oh no, I loved Hundreds of Beavers.
It's the best movie of the year.
That must be the slowest death scenes ever.
No, Josh, you'd think it'd be a slow death. It's not. They kind of left those rules just the slide. It doesn't matter.
Oh man.
But yeah. Okay. But so the real movies though, on October 4th.
No, that's a real movie.
Okay. The October 4th, there is Joker Folie à Deux, and this is Joker 2. And Josh, I don't know if you've heard much about this, but it is a near musical.
Is this with that Phoenix guy?
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix.
I can never
he's
say
joined
his first
by
name.
Lady Gaga.
Really? Is she what's her face?
I want you to what's her name? I really want you to tell me.
I can't remember. She's a bird of prey or something like that, right?
Yeah, I mean you're getting close.
I don't know. Bird Gaga. I don't know.
Okay. That's what happens to your car when you park under a tree.
Yeah, it's true.
But it's it's Harley Quinn.
That's right.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Harleen Quinzel.
Yes,
Thank you very
indeed.
much.
So this movie is meant to capitalize on the success from the movie 5 years ago, which is crazy.
Really?
That movie made over $1 billion. This one won't do near the same numbers.
It's like an anniversary movie.
That's the last movie we saw together.
Yeah.
Aww.
We should go watch this Wait, no. Are we tempting fate if we go watch it together?
No.
Yeah, I think we might be.
Yeah, let's not
Yeah,
do
but
it.
it's getting mixed reviews as of now. I'll see it in a couple days, most likely.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll see. Otherwise, there's 2 streaming movies that only random people may care about. But there's a movie called The Platform that came out on Netflix a couple years ago during like the height of pandemic, and there's a sequel out now. It's kind of interesting. And also, if you've ever watched the VHS movies that are on Shudder, they're pretty fun. It's horror anthologies, and there's a new one coming out called VHS Beyond. So I'm excited. However, on the 11th, we have a couple other theater experiences. We have Terrifier 3. Josh never watched the other 2. Spencer never watched the other 2. There's some of the goriest movies I've ever seen, and this is the 3rd one.
I never even heard of the first 2.
Yeah,
You've seen the clown.
You've seen Art the Clown. He's just
Oh,
kind of a black and white clown, and he never stops smiling. And he's scary, but it's gore for gore's sake.
So Kent's all for it.
But alongside that, we also have the counter programming. We have a movie called Piece by Piece, which is the Pharrell Williams Lego movie.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see.
But why?
I don't know. I don't even know. Why are we getting a Pharrell Williams life story in Lego form?
But why?
I know. But
like every part of that movie is. Why?
But there may be a baby oil party at some point in that movie. So we'll see.
Oh, that's true.
And then, but Saturday night is probably the biggest movie coming out that day, or maybe just for indie fans. But this is about the first ever airing of Saturday Night. Sorry, I can't speak. Saturday Night. Yes, Saturday Night Live. And Lorne Michaels is like the main character, and you have all these people: Chevy Chase, Bill Murray, just all these classics.
Dan
right?
Aykroyd. They do have Frank Oz in it.
Yeah, they do.
Or not Frank Oz. Who's the Muppet guy?
Yeah, Frank Oz.
Jim Henson.
Oh.
Jim Henson.
No, Jim Henson. Jim Henson.
I mean, he's not in it, but he's a character,
Well,
obviously.
Jim Henson.
But it's going to be an interesting movie. It's going to be one of those behind-the-scenes movies we've seen a lot of in the past couple of years, but I'm interested.
I mean, we've seen a lot of these like corporate thrillers the last couple of years, like the true story corporate thriller. This doesn't quite seem in the same vein as that.
Yeah.
So this is scripted and everything, or is this like a documentary?
It is scripted.
Yeah, this is scripted.
Okay.
Yeah, but it is about the 24 hours leading up to the first airing of
And how
Saturday
big of a
Night Live.
mess that it was and it was meant to be until it wasn't.
So much cocaine.
Right. So much.
And that's just from Jane Curtin.
What do you think the best era of Saturday Night Live was?
The answer is whenever you were raised.
Whatever
right?
era.
It's whenever you were watching as a kid. And so for me, it is literally the best era, which is, let's see, Sandler, Phil Hartman, Mike Myers, Dana Carvey, all those guys.
So what are
Chris
you?
Farley.
What are you, Spencer? Are you?
Jason Sudeikis?
Yeah,
Tina
like
Fey.
you're Will Ferrell.
You're the one
aren't
right
you?
after.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing: Kenan Thompson is a great unifier.
Yeah, he's been around forever.
because he's been on for 25 years.
Are you serious?
No, it's 20.
Okay. Oh my gosh, though, that's nuts.
But did you watch Kenan on All That?
No.
Yeah. He went right from all that to Saturday Night Live, and he's been a Saturday Night Live
Listen,
since.
I'd rather watch the Keenan movie than the Saturday Night Live movie.
Which Kenan movie?
No, just the movie about Keenan.
Which one?
No, a movie about
I'm
his
pretty
life.
sure that's autobiographical.
Okay, anyways. And then on the 18th, horror movie for me called Smile 2. The first Smile is actually worth watching.
Is it like
And
it's like a dentist or something, or what?
you've probably seen the advertising. It's basically if you've seen like a baseball game and there's someone smiling really creepy, it's advertising for the Smile movies. And basically it's like, a demon is kind of haunting you and all you see is people smiling and it goes really horribly. But pretty good. And actually the messaging in the movies, pretty intelligent. And then on the 25th, our last big movie of October is Venom: The Last Dance. So
I don't feel like it's going to be the last dance of any Spider-Man movie.
It's the last dance of Tom Hardy.
is it? Will we see another Venom movie without Tom Hardy?
Yeah. Well, we'll see Venom again.
Okay. But you think Tom Hardy's done? Because I think he likes playing the character even in mediocre movies.
I think he does, but I think he's ready for other projects. Here's the thing with Tom Hardy. Okay, I know the guy. Like, we go way back. Huge friends.
Whose story did you steal?
We grew up in the circuit together. Nobody's. I don't need to steal stories when I could just make them up. Okay, so with Tom Hardy, he's an actor's actor, right? He enjoys doing projects that he enjoys. It's not in it for the money anymore. He's made sufficient for his needs. So he's just going to do what he wants to do. So he's had his fun with Venom, and he's going to focus on his indie projects again.
I'd be okay with that.
He might even just go back to doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
I mean, he has been doing that, and he's been winning competitions.
I told you we go way back. These are not just things I learned from Wikipedia. We're good friends.
So it sounds like neither of you, well, Spencer, you may be going to the movies twice in October. Joker and Venom, will you see in the theater?
There's a chance I'll see one or none.
Oh, one or none
of those. I love going to the movies, and I think that the cinematic experience is incomparable. It is just a lot harder with a 8-month-old.
I get it.
And a toddler, and we're going on our cruise.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. You're good. I'm going to give you a pass.
So.
And I'm just going to watch Crackoon.
On repeat.
I don't even have to leave my house. I don't even have to put on pants.
All right, Josh, take us away.
You've just listened to The Other Show, starring Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. The Other Show is produced by Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. Show design and audio editing is done by me, Josh Hansen, and sales manager is Spencer Myers. The Other Show is generously supported by our friends on Patreon. A huge thank you to our Friends with Benefits tier. These friends are contributing a minimum of $25 a month, which in return comes with some rather significant benefits, including the weekly off-the-cuff episodes of The Other Show, monthly bonus episodes, quarterly live Q&A shows, and exclusive swag and perks. A huge thank you to our favorite Brit, Jonathan Vaskar, the lovely and talented Mrs. Robinson, the one, the only Chris Anderson, Brandon from Popfly Cards, Lady Terry A. Finley, the proud Disney mom, Tanya Budge, the other Keith Brown, it's Rick, not Dick, Smith, Dave, and of course, our newest friend with benefits, Melanie Milring. To support The Other Show on Patreon, visit patreon.com/The Other Show to join. Please rate, review, and subscribe to The Other Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or wherever podcasts are found. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. To better connect with us and other fans of The Other Show, join our Facebook group, The Other Group. For past episodes, links to our other shows, and to shop for show swag, visit our website at theother.show. And remember, when you're not listening to me here on The Other Show, you can hear me on my other show, The Party in the Back.
You can hear me on my other show, Bacon Cell.
And you can find me at the Sam's Club.